Hello again. So today we're going to do a technology active question for methods, QCAA external assessments, paper 2022, paper 2. So this given the length of a curve are using this formula. So from interval A to B, so be determined by this integral. So if we have a dx, which is the curve, the vertical, this is a d means depth, vertical distance above sea level is given by this equation, 300 plus log x squared minus x plus e. So x is the distance horizontal from initial, actually from the say start. So this journey starts at distance 10 kilometers west. So if it's a west, we're using the negative. So if it's a west, here says x is negative if you are west of the initial measurement. And if it's east, you're using the positive. All right, so now we say journey started the 10 kilometers west, so it'll be negative 10 kilometers towards the horizontal, towards the right, east. But the condition says we drive to the right, but we need to determine the time drive downhill. So this is a very important keyword. Downhill. So it means the curve is decreasing. So when you drive downhill, so we need to decide the average is, if it's a speed, downhill, the average speed is 40 kilometers per hour. So we need to determine the time. So what is the time, how long it takes to drive from a negative 10 kilometers until you finish the downhill distance. So we know distance, time is a distance divided by speed. So we need to work out the length of the distance. So how far this drive from west 10 kilometers downhill. So let's work out the distance. Now, in order to find a distance, we need to use the length of the curve. So that's why we're going to use this formula here. But before we use that formula, we need to decide what is the interval. So what is A, what is B? So we don't know yet. But we know A is given because it starts from negative 10. But we don't know where is the finish of the downhill. So which means we don't know what a B is. So not necessarily just 10 kilometers. So this is very important because we are talking about the curve is downhill. So so we have it from negative 10, finish where? So we need that point. So in order for the curve downhill, we know we need a derivative. So we need to find a derivative to find the curve to be negative. So that's what we are looking at. So let's do the differentiation first. Derivative of x, we're using the log. Derivative log is 1 over the bracket, then differentiate the bracket. So it's a chain rule. Okay, so the answer will be 2x minus 3 divided by x minus 3x plus e. But we don't know when is the negative, so we need to find the x belongs to where, so that the derivative function is negative. So we might say, what about the top? However, we need to prove this guy here always positive. So what do? I'll make a perfect square. So I add a 9 divided by 4, and then minus 9 plus 4. So there, 9 divided by 4, sorry. So that's become a perfect square. Then plus E, 9 over 4 is a 2.25. So this guy here is positive because E is more than 2.25. Because we know E is a 2.781. So it's greater than 2.25. So that's positive. So this is a positive. And that's a positive because the square. So therefore, the denominator is positive. So therefore, for dx to be downwards, derivative must be negative. So because of that is a positive, so the numerator has to be negative. So therefore, the x must be less than 1.5. So now we decided the boundary for the b interval is 1.5. So the length of the dx is from negative 10, which is a, to b. Then we use the formula just given to us. So this guy is derivative of square. Then square root, I'll put a half. Now we can't use integration formula. This is very complicated. We use a graphics digital calculator to find out the distance. So let's show you how do I do that. So I put the graphics calculator using the function of integration, negative 10 to 1.5, then bracket half, square root is half, and 1 plus derivative something squared, and the answer is 13.25. Then your time will be distance divided by speed. 13.25 divided by 40 is 0.33 hours. So about 0.33 hours of the length travels downhill. So we answered that question. So question says, determine the time. So we done the time it's probably about half hour for the driver to downwards. So on the average speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So that's the answer to your question. So this question is 19. It's not really complex, unfamiliar. Probably complex familiar because we're using the calculator. So hopefully you enjoyed the solution. So if you do, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.